Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN here, joined by fellow NBA basketball superfan and IGN's NBA 2K15 reviewer this year, Mike Mitchell. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you too.
So we're playing a little 2K15. Now, the reason we're doing this and not just putting up a review right now is because two reasons. One, we got the game a little late. We haven't had enough time to. You haven't had enough time to really play around with it yet.
That's right.
And then number two, split of the hole. And then number two, after last year's, shall we say, server shenanigans, we wanted to make sure to test the game out thoroughly on some real-world servers. So we are doing that. And so here we are. So we're just a little review commentary here. We'll give you an update on where we are and how's it going. So I guess first, Mike, let's talk about, first of all, why the heck are we playing? We just got dumped into a Spurs-Heat finals rematch. And there's some music going, no commentary. What's happening?
Yeah, so right when you start the game, it kind of just dumps you straight into a full-length game, and there's no commentary or anything like that. And it was kind of jarring at first. I thought there was something wrong with maybe the code or something. Maybe it just wasn't ready. But no, this is the real game right here.
So I guess I don't know if the game is installing in the background or what, but so you have to finish this.
You have to complete the game in order to progress into the actual full game, because if you quit it right now, it'll just take you back to the start menu, and you'll have to do it all over again.
Well, that doesn't. I don't want to do that because I just want to play my teams.
Yeah, and you would think like if it does something like this, it would like give you a tutorial, maybe like new updates or anything, but it kind of just dumps you in there without any commentary, as you can hear. It's just like the 2K beats behind it.
Well, it does look fantastic. I mean, it's been a year since I've played 2K14, which I had reviewed for IGN, and this just looks nice and polished, nice and cleaned up, 1080p, 60 frames. We're on PS4 right now, but I know last year it was also 1080p, 60 frames, looked pretty much the same on Xbox One. This looks sharp.
Yeah, it looks great. Like, you can't deny that. But I think the thing is that they didn't really update much of the actual gameplay. Instead, they chose to spend most of their time
toilet bowl.
Yeah, they chose to spend most of their time working on like developing other modes that weren't quite as developed as last year.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You know, it's a tough thing to manage, whether, you know, when you're paying $60 for a game, you have expectations, and you don't necessarily care what the developers went through in order to make the game. But it is worth pointing out in this case that, you know, NBA 2K14 came out for PS4 launch and Xbox One launch in November, so about 6 weeks after it usually comes out, and that's 6 weeks after it came out for 360 and PS3. So that means that now that it's back to coming out at its normal time at the beginning of October, the developers had even less time than usual to make this game. So I guess I can understand that the gameplay itself has largely been left alone, and they've just built out some other modes. What have you seen mode-wise?
Yeah, they have really fleshed out the My Player mode in particular.
Because it was kind of laughable last year. There'd be, you know, it would go through that cheesy dialogue with your guy, and I remember talking to DeMarcus Cousins because I got drafted by the Kings, and he was chewing me out, except my guy was actually speaking dialogue, and he was just standing there like a he was just a mute. He was a mime, and there was just subtitled dialogue.
Yeah, well, that's different this time. They got a player from each NBA team to come in and like actually voice the dialogue this time. And
excellent.
And there's like a whole new story. Instead of being like playing in a pre-draft workout where you have to like you kind of play for your draft position, you're automatically undrafted, and you have to work your way onto a roster with a 10-day contract.
I like that. I like that approach.
Yeah, so you kind of get to like pick where you want to go.
Excellent.
Based on what other teams' needs are. And if say you're a point guard and you want to go to the Warriors where they have Steph Curry,
right?
Like, it's going to be a lot harder to make that team than it would be to make, say, like the Magic or something like that.
Right. And you'd have to sit through the entire draft in last year's game, too. Like, I got drafted sort of the middle to back half, again, by Sacramento, and I had to sit there and wait for fake David Stern to call all the names. So I'm glad to hear that. So it sounds like they've tightened up a few of the weaknesses in last year's game.
Yeah, and even the voice acting last year was kind of really cheesy and kind of
I agree.
bad. But this guy, the new guy, is like pretty good, honestly.
glad to hear that. Man, it's still, if you have a new console, maybe, probably most people listening to this or watching this didn't have an Xbox One or PS4 at launch. So many more millions of people have purchased one of those systems over the course of this year.
Yeah.
This might be one of the games that's you show off to your friends, right? It's like, hey, this is my new console.
Yeah, it's definitely that game. This game is beautiful, and there's no getting around that.
Oh, the animations continue to, every year. They're so good.
Tim Duncan. Oh, so one thing you'll notice, like under my feet, you saw there's like a little shot meter.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so they kind of added it so it gives you like immediate, simple feedback as to why you made or missed the shot you just took.
Nice.
So it's kind of like, say, like a kick in Madden or something like that.
Right,
right. Just, they put it on every shot.
Yeah, we'll see that again here in a second once you got the ball back.
Oh, you're not playing right now?
I thought I was, but apparently I'm not. So I'm just pretending, and the viewers have no idea. I might have, that's me. I'm playing right now. It doesn't matter. We're just showing off the game. Ginobili, man.
There you go. See, I was short that time.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in the yellow, you can see. No, it's just a little early on that release. Therefore short. Oh, Ginobili with the flop. What a shock. Boy, this game is real.
Yeah.
But, what else? So you haven't had a chance to get on the real servers yet because the game's not out till tomorrow, we're recording this on Monday.
Well, actually, it comes out at 9 p.m. tonight, Pacific
all right,
Standard
so
Time.
late tonight, yeah. So you'll have a crack at the real servers soon enough.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to playing. Did it again. We're looking forward to playing the My Park mode.
Yeah, which is such a great mode on paper. I got to play a little bit of it with reviewing last year, and yeah, it's just I could see myself really getting sucked into that game mode.
Yeah, they kind of tightened up a lot of that stuff. Like last year, you had problems with the fact that it wasn't structured, and you kind of just jump in and you can get to call next, and you can't really organize with your friends in the game. And they kind of fixed all that this time.
Excellent.
You can create crews and do that like as a unit, and then there's also a Jordan Rec Center. And that it's 5-on-5, and it's real NBA rules, full length with even referees and everything.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to trying that as soon as possible. But
by the way, it seems like they've got the players so perfect. Man, that Greg Popovich model was pretty damn accurate. That was a slick looking pop right there.
It was. I will say that Steve Kerr in this game, he looks terrible. He looks like they just kind of put him together. But let's see, he got named head coach of the Knicks. I mean, it was early in the offseason, right? In the Magic, yeah, exactly. I mean, the Magic, the Warriors.
And wait, that's right. That's right. The Knicks were chasing him, but you're right. I'm sorry. I'm completely off.
And the other thing is that he's still commentating on this game.
That's funny. That is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Well, good stuff. It looks like you're going to be digging into all the online stuff, checking the servers. You've obviously got more of the game itself to dig into, but so basically it sounds like the short version so far very similar to last year gameplay-wise, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's sort of, good and bad.
Yeah.
The good news is it's not that different. The bad news is it's not that different, right?
Yeah, exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And they didn't need to really fix this game mode.
So your review is probably going to hinge largely on how those other game modes hold up, right?
Yeah, I think the server issues from last year, it really kind of broke the experience for a lot of people.
I'll tell you what, it pissed off a lot of people, and justifiably so.
Yeah. I played my player for a long time until the servers kind of gave out, and it kind of just made me want to put it down for a while. So hopefully, they're a little bit better this year.
So yeah, it sounds like I guess we'll see in your final review. But if you didn't pick up 2K14, this is probably going to be a pretty damn fine basketball game.
This is an amazing game.
But the real question is going to be for those people that did pick up 2K14. That's going to be a harder decision. It sounds like that. Hopefully, your review will help us out with.
Definitely.
Great. Well, Mike, thanks so much. Look for Mike Mitchell's full review of NBA 2K15 here in the coming days on IGN after he gets a chance to dig into the servers and the game modes, make sure everything holds up nice. And for more on NBA 2K15, you're already in the right place here at IGN.